Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Subway here, bringing you another deck profile. Actually went to locals yesterday and on Friday, and I went undefeated on both days, and I didn't drop one game at all playing floowandereeze. And then also the previous week, I got, I believe, second. I went X1, lost the last round, unfortunately. In the mirror. But anyway, I'll have the matches in the description below from all three of the locals. But again, the last two ones didn't drop a single game. This deck is actually pretty ridiculous. And start off with the best card in the deck, which is the 3 shifter. Every game that I resolved this, I won. I mean, obviously, it was just ridiculous, and pretty much it was like an OTK because they would just scoop it up after that. Double Ogre, 1 Ash, 1 Veiler, and 3 Imperm. That rounds up for the hand traps. Playing Ogre just because the Ray package is really popular, and just being able to destroy something is actually really good, especially in this deck. And then now for the birds. 3 Rabina, 3 Eaglin, Toucan, and I believe it's Stry. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Don't need to play anymore. I feel like this is the perfect ratio. This card is actually ridiculous. I was banishing DPs all weekend. And for the big monsters, pretty standard. You got your Avion, your Ryza, and just 1 M-Pen. Sometimes I do want to run another one, but to be honest, if I were to play another big monster, it would probably be Ryza. Ryza is just ridiculous, but what's cool with Ryza is you could actually bounce itself back and then reuse it. So I was actually doing that. That was pretty crazy. Next, the last monster, obviously the barrier statue. This card is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this deck has so many 1 cards that pretty much shuts off like everything for your opponent. If they don't have an answer, they pretty much scoop. And next, 1 unexplored wins, double adventure. I know people are going to question why I'm only playing 2. Just because if you don't resolve this off a normal summon, it's a -1. And yes, it's really good. It helps out a ton when, you know, they do have the hand trap. But I mean, I would rather see this other card that I'm playing, but I'll go over that next. And then 3 map. This card is just ridiculous. And then for the pots, 3 prosperities and 3 duality. Shout out to my brother for letting me use these. I don't really explain those. You have to play 6 pots, like regardless if you're playing Extrav or Prosperity, but Prosperity is just better because it really just helps you dig for that 1 card. Even though drawing 2 is good. And then 3 cross out. This card is absolutely insane, especially because last week during locals I played 2 mirror matches, so that card put in work. And this is the card I was talking about. Well, I see a lot of people cutting this out and just playing 3 maps. I think that's wrong. This card is a guaranteed map, and you don't have to banish anything. It's just, I don't understand why people are cutting it. I think that's stupid. And then 1 Cosmic and 1 Duster. Just some back row removal. I actually threw this in last minute. And this is actually pretty cool having this in the main because you can cross out a Duster if you get Dustered. I get Dustered a lot. It's just ridiculous. And then, of course, 1 Dreamtown. I wouldn't change anything about that. For the side deck, the 2nd Cosmic, just for back row, and Dark Samorg for the back row as well. Just some cross-out targets, but really good cards. Lancia, oh my goodness. Lancia puts in so much work. I honestly feel like I want to up it, but I really just don't know what to cut, to be honest. The side deck is actually pretty tight. And then Dro, obviously, is just really good. A lot of people side that for me, so I need that. I side a 2nd statue. In certain matchups, they're able to get over the first one, and it just comes up to have the 2nd. I think it's more like Virtual World because they have wins, so they could kind of play around a little bit. And also PK, they beat over it. I just think this is just really good in certain instances where they're able to kind of out the first one, either play like Dark Rule or something like that. So you kind of have this sitting there to pretty much, end their turn, seemingly. And then 3 Featherstorm, 3 Evenly, 3 Dark Ruler, and a D Fissure. This card's ridiculous. I almost want to main it, but it's really tight. You know, I don't want to put too many cards. I'm already playing 41. But yeah, so that's for the side deck. For the extra deck, I mean, you could run whatever. You just got to make sure you're playing the Zeus package as well as the Nova, Entis, and Mekaba. But that's really, I don't really want to go over it. It's nothing too special. I just really just threw it all together. Just stuff that I felt like potentially would be good. But yeah, so that's the deck. It's really good. I definitely do recommend playing it, especially if you're running into issues at locals. This deck could pretty much match up very well against a lot of different decks, and Shifter is a card and Bear Statue is a card. So I really enjoy playing this deck, and it's a really good meta call deck. So yeah, so I appreciate you watching the video, and have a good one.